Hey guys, it's Dawn here, and today we want to change out the clutch on my Kenmore 90 series model there. See there, it's this type of washer. I want to change out the clutch, and the OEM part is 285785. RC was the website I was on, and they wanted $35 for it. I did find Puxy Blue on Amazon, and they had a washer clutch assembly kit upgraded with agitator dogs and motor coupling kit as well. All of this for $15.27. So this is going to be a fix that is going to cost me $15.27 plus labor of what I'm going to do. You have to take off, the first step for this is, I guess, to take off the agitator. And I've never done that before. So I think it's just, take off the agitator top, which is real easy. This thing slides up and down. It slides down to lock, and then you slide it back up to lift it off. And then here, we're going to take out some stuff, hopefully. I'm going to see what I can do. And then if I need help, then I'll get help. But if I don't need help, then... So this is a Kenmore 90 series heavy duty super capacity quiet 3-speed motor with 5-speed combinations. Okay, so if I don't need help, then I'll just do it. But if I do need help, then I'll ask for help. So let's see how far we can get into this. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, I think, is take off this top. And I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver. That was easy. I just got between the crease there and then lifted off this piece over here. Sorry, I can't see what you guys are seeing. All right, so top is off. What's all this stuff? All right, so for my washer, it looks like that inside. And I took forever trying to figure out how to get this thing off. I finally figured out that the big, what is this, the 1/2-inch drive with this extension, okay, this square extension, the big one. What is that, 1/2-inch? I know there's 3 different sizes, the little baby ones, the medium ones, and the big one. So this big one will fit right inside of there, and then you can turn it to the left to loosen it up. And then it comes out like a plastic screw. Once you take this out, just put it over there, then you can take this out. And this is where those little agitator dogs are going to be at. Let me try to zoom in a little bit better. See those? These are agitator dogs. And so here's a collar that you can lift upwards, and then, ooh, what is this powder? Ew, gross. And then we can, we'll just change out the agitator dogs because they included it in the package with me. So this is what I bought for $15. Let's see. I believe the motor coupler kit, and then the agitator dogs, and some things. I don't know what all these things are. And then the clutch. All right, so, okay, let's go ahead and change out. Well, these agitator dogs are good because, it helps with the agitation of the machine. So, my machine is old. I'll have to tell you a story about this, but this is a very old machine. Obviously, I don't know when I got, but I've had it for probably over 30 years. And when I moved over here, people were actually making fun of me because they're like, Dawn, can we just throw out the washer and dryer, just buy you a new one? And I was like, no, I want them. So I had to really fight to get to be able to keep them, because the guys that were helping me move did not want to move these things because they thought that they were dumb. But I mean, for parts that cheap, okay, I probably need 2 hands to lift up this collar. But, for parts this cheap and I can fix everything on it, if this works, then, it's like, why not? And it works great. So anyways, let me try to take off that thing. All right, so here is the collar that was around it, and it was a little bit stuck in place. How do I put this back on? Uh-oh, I just broke it. Okay, there it goes. It just slides on onto a rail, okay? And then these little agitator, there's this white powder on everything. I don't even know what that stuff is. So let's take a look at the new agitator dogs, see if this needs to be replaced. All right, so here is the old agitator dog. And you see it still has little teeth on it, which is good because a lot of them you'll see they're just completely, where am I? Completely rounded out. So my agitator dogs are still good. This is the new one, and actually the new one seems worse than the old one. The old one actually seems better because it has more grippy teeth. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't change agitator dogs. All right, I might just keep these agitator dogs in there because I think they're working fine. And this one doesn't look like it's that much of an improvement. In fact, the old one looks better. Here, I will zoom in. There we go. See, the old one looks better. So here's another case of where, like, you know, I don't know, the old stuff is, if the old stuff is good, then just keep it. Just keep it. I mean, a lot of times the older things are better, but I'll check the teeth. Okay, all the teeth look good. So I'll put the collar back on. Yeah, all of these teeth look fine. All right, so now that we've removed those two pieces, there is now a bolt in there. Everyone says, I hate directions, bad directions. Everyone says that it's a 7/16, and I had a 7/16, and it wasn't that. This is a 9/16. It was, God damn it, it won't focus. Here, let me try to focus so I can prove to you that's a 9/16, but it won't focus. What the hell? I don't know what's wrong with my thingy. Anyways, this is a 9/16 on a 1/2-inch drive. So you're just going to stick that in there and undo it. And as you're undoing it, then you might have to hold the bottom down. You'll feel the bottom start to move as you turn this thing at the very beginning. And then you can work this big screw out. All right, let me work on that. All right, so I forgot to tell you what I'm trying to fix. So the washer is drying my clothes, but at the very end of the spin cycle, but it's not fully drying towels, like things that hold a lot of water. So let's go ahead and see how fast this is spinning. It's spinning, it's doing everything right. It's just not doing it good enough for me. I'm having to wring out my towels after the dry session. So I don't know if this shows anything. I don't have a tachometer to measure the RPMs. I don't know. It works good for normal clothes. It just does not work good for towels. All right, so that was the spin cycle. I mean, everything works on it. It's just not working good enough. All right, so we have taken out the bolt. We have taken out as much of the agitator as we can, I think. Oh, I have to get the real agitator out. I think I can take this part out too. Okay, I got to figure out how to take this part out still. All right, so took a little bit of a break because I had to clean up everything that was behind the washer, and I still have to clean up behind the dryer, but I moved everything around so that I'm able to do this because I need to lay him down and get to his motor. So his transmission and motor is over here. This is the water pump. So first remove the water pump from these clips. I don't know how these clips work, but I'll figure it out. So I need to remove this water pump, and then there's I think 3 bolts. You can see one here, and one, I don't know, probably hard to get to. And unhook the wiring harness, and then you pull the whole motor out with the transmission, and the clutch is inside of there. So yeah, let's get going with that. All right, so these are the clips that I took off of the water pump, and I just peeled this top part off, and then this is just a T, so you just flip it over to where the slot is and just pull it out. It was pretty easy. There's 2 clips over here. And then the water pump comes right out. Let's see where we can put this. Well, this doesn't really go anywhere. Okay. And then we have to take off this wiring harness. Oh, this is hard. There we go. Okay, so now, let's see. Oh, there's another. This part I'm a little bit nervous about because I think it's going to be heavy. Okay, what are you stuck on? Kind of coming out. Oh God, this is heavy. It feels like it's stuck on something. Let me check around to the other side and see if it's stuck on something. All right, so now you can see the dog as well. So here is the motor, the transmission, and all that good stuff. Here, here's a clutch. Here is a washer. I'm going to take off this washer. And there's a clip here that we have to get off. Oh my gosh. All right, so this clip needed to come off, and I just kind of pushed it with the flathead until it popped and it almost killed me. So here we go. Now, okay, so remember earlier when I was trying to take out the motor and I couldn't get it, and I said, I'm going to check the other side to see what it's getting stuck on. It was getting stuck on those things. So it's a little plastic washer and a little metal washer thing that was up in the shaft. So I just had to pull those off, and then I was able to get to here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I finally popped it off. Let me get the... God, it was really stuck in there. So it's this thing here, and it had this little thing going into a little hole inside, so I got to remember to put that in the hole, but it was really stuck. But once I got it loose and off, then it just slid right off. All right, so now, oh my gosh, finally. Okay, so this is the old clutch, and it is stiff. It's not like other ones that I've seen where you can move this inner part of it. You can like move it around and, oh, you can. Huh. Well, it didn't move as easily as the other ones did. And then there's this thing, which I should have a new one in the box. And everything else is greased up. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so this is what I have. Let's see. And they said that I think this spring is for bigger items, but here's the little clip inside. Oh, they have a new thingy. Okay, cool. So let's see, we're gonna open up this thing. We're not gonna worry about the spring for right now, because from the instructions, what I saw was they said the blue spring means this and the green spring means this. I don't know. These both look blue to me. What the hell? So I don't understand. So we'll just wait. We have instructions. Maybe instructions will help. Let's see. Okay. Right. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, here we go, in English. Installation instructions for thrust washer kit. Okay, I don't have time to read all this. But anyways, you have that. Let's see. We have these things. I don't know. These things are usually easier than this because I'll just like replace what I bought. But here, like they gave me this. What the hell is that for? Just a little piece of rubber. Now this is that retaining clip that I just took off, a brand new one. So that's nice. And this needs to go on the bottom of this. So it doesn't matter for this washer, it doesn't matter which way it goes, it just needs to go down there. All right, so now this is up. So we'll put this one on. Let's get all the way to the base. And then it looks like everything's good. And then this retaining clip. So this little thing is going to go in the hole. Does that go after? So, okay, slide it on, put it in the hole, and then what? Okay, so the new clutch is back on. I put on the washer here and also this retaining nut here and the bottom retaining nut. There are three things. This washer is easy. That retaining nut is a little difficult to put back on. And then that under retaining nut is really hard to put back on. I didn't think I would be able to do it. I guess I don't have the strength yet. All right, let's see if we can change out that thing over there. I think there's a little retaining nut on that too, and I'm not so good with retaining nuts right now. Oh God, let's get you into position. All right, let's see what we can do. Get these stupid, I don't understand retaining nuts. Remember, I don't have that much experience working on house stuff. I mean, I worked on motorcycles. This isn't a motorcycle. How do you guys work with retaining nuts? All right, you guys, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about that right now because it's another retaining nut and I already know that I'm having issues with retaining nuts, so it's a retaining nut holding this piece on, and I was thinking of replacing this piece because I have it, but I need to take off that retaining nut first, and I'm not going to do that. So now I'm going to just put the whole thing back together again. It has a new clutch on it, and then we'll see. So the big thing to know is that this spring, well, just to know about the spring. So the spring on your clutch needs to be on the opposite side of it somehow. So we're going to move that over just so that they don't interfere with each other. All right, now how did this thing go on? This is going to be heavy too because I have to lift the whole motor and transmission together. Ugh. Ah. Oh God, please. Okay, so it's all put back together again. There is the, oh, I forgot again. Damn. And I'm so tired. I just want this to be done. It's done. The wiring harnesses are back online. There's two of them that needs to be hooked up. And then, the water pump. The water pump is back on. Motor, transmission, new clutch, all that. So we're going to turn this thing back upright, set it into position, plug in all of the water lines back on and everything, and put everything back together again. And then we're going to see if it works. All right, so I'm in the laundry room and it was flooded. Like all of this was flooded. Right now it's still flooded back there. I pulled out the washer and I found out that it is flooded from there. You can still see it's leaking a lot. You see all the drops, and even with the water off, it is leaking a lot. So there's just a lot of pressure in the line still. So yeah, all of that is gonna squirt out, and I gotta clean all that up. But I have some new plumber. I didn't do new plumber's tape last time. I thought the old one was good enough, but I have new plumber's tape, and I have my cool tool, and we're gonna fix that problem. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot and get a new hose, and I'll probably get two because I think both of them are kind of icky. The top one, I'm not sure if it's leaking or not. If it is, it's a very slow leak, but I don't know. Because when I touched it, my finger was wet, but it wasn't dripping. It was just that I was touching it when I was working on the bottom one, and it was, well, maybe it got wet from the bottom one. I don't know. I'm just going to replace both of them. But this is why I'm going to need to replace them. I'm going to turn on the water. Hold on. See, that's where the water's coming out. So I'm going to need to replace the whole thing. I'm thinking that I can just go to Home Depot and ask for the hoses that go into the back of a washer, and they should be able to sell me that, yes? All right, so we had a little adventure here. Justin Wen, a fellow EUC rider, got stranded. His Oryx ran out of battery. So I went to go pick him up and bring him back. And then we also went and got these because my hot water one was leaking really bad, and I just now remembered that I had made a note the last time we were using those hoses, which are these hoses right here. The last time we used them, I remember saying that the next time I will probably have to change it. I think it's a rubber grommets inside, get all squished and whatever. But anyways, it's an older one. It's just this black hose thing, right? Now they only sell this stainless steel, I don't know, whatever. So anyways, just go to your local store. It should be all standard. Goes from the wall, hot water, cold water, down to the machine. After I did that, or after we installed that, and then I did a couple tests, and the tests are coming out freaking perfect. But let me tell you more about this later. All right, guys, so this is a conclusion of the video. If you are here this far, oh my gosh, go ahead and give yourself kudos and leave me a note. I'm very curious because I suspect some people might click this to see, and then they go, oh, she's really fixing a washer, and then they'll just click away, you know. But let me know how many people actually stayed to the end of this video. Anyways, the tools that have become very, very handy for me is this tool, and I don't know what it's called. It's some kind of wrench, right? So you get it, it looks like this, and you push this down, and when you want to release this, then you pull this inner tab outwards like that. You see this inner tab, pull it out, and then you can usually open it. And then this screw over here, this screw tightens these jaws, so you can make it tighter or lighter as you want. And that means that when you clamp down, there's a certain place where it'll stop, and then you really squeeze it, and then it locks into place. And then the lock is really nice for all of these hoses. So the advantage of having a curved edge versus a straight edge is that it will actually mold around the bally thing that you're trying to turn, and so the curved edge helps a lot. Okay, so this tool definitely helped me a lot. I would say next time, was this hard for me personally with all of my injuries right now? Yes, it was. The part that threw me was the part that I didn't even expect. It was the freaking squeeze retaining nuts. Okay, every time, no matter what style it was, it's like if they had it, I hated it. It took me hours and hours. I don't even understand what is up. It's like, I understand the concept, but in fixing motorcycles, we don't really do anything with squeeze retaining nuts, and I don't know. I don't remember having this much problem with it. And in all the videos that I saw, all the guys were doing it so easily. So maybe it is a strength thing. I don't have the grip strength yet to be able to overcome the grip, the tensile force of the retaining nut screw.
I don't know. So, anyways, though that was hard. Lowering down the washing machine, it was a little hard, but I used the walls to help me out. Are there scratches now on the walls? I don't think so, but if there are, I could fix them too. And let's see, and then the removing the motor and transmission was hard. Although, and you can check with your motor. Some you can remove just the motor or just the transmission like that. In my case, I just needed to remove the whole thing because I need to get to the clutch. So it's like. But in other machines, it can be separate little smaller units, easier for you to handle. I cannot lift a sustained 35 pounds right now. I am that weak. So the fact that I was able to get the motor and transmission out and everything, and you have to be just right because it's a long shaft going through a hole and stuff. So it's like, but I did it, right? So those weren't too hard. It was those retention screws that were like, they almost outdid me, seriously. So, but would I do this again? Absolutely. I think it was definitely worth it. If I had called in for this to be repaired, it probably would have taken more time and then a lot of money and stuff like that. But as far as how easy things were to do, they were very simple. It just wasn't easy for me because I don't have any strength. So there was that, and I would recommend that others do this, and I would recommend that you get all the parts that you need while you're in there. You see how deep you have to go. You take away the whole agitator, you take away the motor and transmission. So and we got to the dog thing, dog tags. What did they call those things? I don't know. Those little feed dog things, right? So we got to so think about all of these parts and order them all at once so you can do it all at once. Have the strength to be like me, give up on a part just because it had a retaining nut. But now I know that at this moment I wouldn't help to get that out because I was so done with those. But now that I know how to do it, it will be easier next time and next time. Not that there should be a next time. I mean, this washer is how old? Like over 30 years old, and it served me well. I still believe in a physical agitator. I'm so old school like that. I know that the new ones don't even have agitators anymore and stuff like that. So nice for big blankets and everything, but I don't know, I still believe in physical agitation. So the other reason, is that the parts are cheaper. You can do it yourself. It's very simple, and you have a very reliable machine forever. Versus digital, where it's very expensive. It has to be sent out or to get another part in return, a new part, right? And stuff like that. These at least for my washer right now, it's very easy to find parts for it. It's like everywhere right now. But of course, they're probably going to phase that out soon, right? As these machines start dying. You saw in mine, there were some rust spots and stuff like that. So I do have to think about when he dies. And I'm not opposed to newer machines. I just really like the older ones. So if you know someone who has an older machine and stuff like that, help them out, fix their machine, stuff like that. But don't give them shit for having an older machine, okay? Because these older machines are awesome. So there you go. Would I recommend doing it? Yes. And now that you see how easy it was for me to do, of course that means you can do it too. So don't give up on some of these older ones. The antiques or vintage or whatever. We still have our uses. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.